unfortunately, Taron has broken down.
Hello and welcome back to Coaster Barras. Today we're here at Phantasialand for our first time.
If you can hear us, because F.L.Y just shot past us, and as you can tell, we're starting with F.L.Y.
Yeah, this area is just so incredible. Like the theming, the music, it's just all encompassing. It's beautiful.
It really is. It actually feels like a proper theme park for once, doesn't it?
Yeah, like literally
next
every
level.
world. Yeah, it's just, you feel like you're in a city.
It really does. You don't see it from the outside. You walk in, you just feel like you're walking through different areas of the world.
It's incredible.
I will say we spoke to a few German people yesterday. They were quite friendly, and they did say F.L.Y puts Galactica to shame in the far the thrill factor. Like, we already know Galactica's chill. There she goes. Woo!
Well, we knew that anyway with the fact that it's got 2 launches.
Yeah, but she was like, oh, Galactica's totally chill compared to this. F.L.Y is like a different beast. We were like, oh yeah, bring it on. So we thought we might as well start here. It's on a 25-minute queue.
Which is not too bad at all, because we've heard that it can be, even on quiet days, go upwards of an hour. So
yeah,
we're like, we might as well start with a good one.
So we're going to get a few rides on this now, and we'll report back with our opinions on this magnificent looking collection of metal all twisted around.
Yeah, it looks stunning. Let's go.
So the way F.L.Y works is you get these watches which essentially indicate which side of the train you go on, depending on the colour, and then you just got to tap these, which actually locks your lockers, and then get them off afterwards.
We just got a front row ride on that beautiful Vekoma launched flying coaster F.L.Y.
That was intense. It was advertised at a 25-minute queue when we entered, but we waited about 40, but it did switch to 40.
Yeah, while we were in the queue, so we don't know when it switched to 40 because we were walking quite a lot round the queue before we even got to the end of it, so it could have changed in that time frame.
It could have, and what luck to get the front row. We were like, oh yes. That was like the first ever experience on F.L.Y and in the front row.
And it was incredible.
It was an experience. Like, even obviously you probably won't see any footage because you can't film, you can't get any devices past, but as soon as you go through you get more theming with like water canisters bubbling with like different colours and stuff, and just loads of German steampunk theming.
The initial seating position.
Yes, it's so unique.
It's so cool. It's like sideways, and you kind of just like sit there, and then it goes sideways around the track until it like fully turns you over while it's going, and it's really cool.
Yeah, it does. You should sit there, and it's quite a fast, launch. It's not a launch, but a fast kick-off from the brake.
Yeah,
yeah.
And it's properly comfortable as well. Like, I love those straights are great.
So good. But even then, after you come off the brake run into the actual towards the lift or the launches, you even get some theming, like a running dark show as you go through.
It's really cool because obviously you're sitting sideways, so you just go along the wall where there's like things flashing before you. It's like awesome.
And then you get obviously inverted, so you're flying downwards, and then you go into the actual launch, the first one.
And then you go, and then obviously there's a second launch like halfway through. And it just keeps on going. There's just track everywhere, just like spinning, turning over, corkscrew. Yeah.
It's a mangled mess of steel back there. But it's so beautiful. Yeah. It's so beautiful. Obviously, we were going to ride it a second time just to get a few rides in to give our full opinions, because the back might be better, near the back might be better. We don't know. But the queue is 40 minutes, so we know we need to go everywhere else first so it quiets down a bit. Yep,
and we want to experience the whole park, so we're going to go on a few more rides, and hopefully we'll get another one later.
Yeah, and there's a wave swinger right there, which looks amazing. Look at the water. It looks like you get splashed quite a bit. Well, we just had a ride on Wave Flight, which is Wellenfug. Again, pronunciations is probably terrible, I apologise. And we also had a ride on
Mauzo Chocolate. Mouse.
Chocolate Mouse is another 4D or 5D interactive dark ride. Yep. I'm not sure if it's 5D or 4D. It doesn't really matter, does it?
I think this one in particular says 4D, but you wear your glasses, and then you have your little like shooting thing. But this one was very different, so it's a pastry bag, but you don't just aim, you've got to pull this like little tug like thing at the back of it like all the time while you're shooting, and oh my gosh, it was absolutely woeful. I mean, it was really good fun, it was hilarious, by the way, but it was actually really hard work. Like my arm just got really sore halfway through and I had to like stop for a bit.
Yeah, so
and then my balls weren't coming out because you have to like pull on it like really quite hard to get them out.
There's definitely a technique to it.
He was better at the tugging action, so he won on this occasion because like, I literally got tired.
I've got the endurance when it comes to pulling things, but the 3D in there is significantly better than Ghostbusters, I thought.
Yeah, like
things were flying in your face.
Yeah,
and it was crisp.
And the little mice like holding up the like numbers and stuff that you had to shoot.
It was pretty fun and pretty cool. I enjoyed them both the same. Obviously, both enjoyable, but that was a more better interactive experience in my opinion.
Yeah, but I just like the theming of like, but they're both very different. Like, because obviously the theme in one, you're in a pastry like shop shooting mice that are in your bakery. You want them out of there. And obviously Ghostbusters, you're shooting ghosts with your, you know, little gun. So yeah, they were both really fun.
But now we are heading to
Deep in Africa section. We're gonna go in Black Mamba, so can't wait for that. Another B&M invert. Let's see how this one's like. We like our B&M inverts.
I do love a little B&M invert, I've got to say.
And it'd be really nice to see the area because it looks gorgeous.
Yes, the rest of the park is gorgeous, so I imagine every park is gorgeous.
Oh, I can imagine. So like, I'm just like really excited just to walk around like this park and just see everything because it's stunning.
So let's go get mambered.
Let's go.
Hello.
We just had a front row and a back row on Black Mamba.
Yeah, we went into that thing thinking it's going to be the front row like all B&Ms. That's going to be the row that's the most intense on that. But the back was more intense, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy forceful from the back. Well, it was forceful from the front as well, but yeah, the back just had that extra kick.
It really did. It was a lot stronger back there. You don't get to see all the beautiful theming though, because in my opinion, this rivals Nemesis Reborn in theming.
Oh, the theming is gorgeous. Like even in when you go up the lift hill, you're in like a building, and bearing in mind it's just like the top of the lift hill into the drop, and like you don't need theming in there. Oh gosh.
Just like Hyde Park, we've got wasps attacking us yet again. We will relocate.
Yes, as I was saying, yeah, the theming. So you basically go up the lift hill into this sort of building before the drop, and like even inside that building, there is theming.
Yeah, you get sprayed by mist and water with like loads of like African skulls and stuff, and like I think what's the voodoo like, stuff down there?
There's like flags and
tribal stuff.
Tribal stuff, yeah, and like don't know what you'd call it, but yeah, there's just like loads of things in there. It's crazy. Just little bits and places that you just wouldn't expect theming. They have theming.
Every single part of the ride, even the air gates. Even going through it, you go through a nice majestic like waterfall and everything, which you see from the queue line. But again, if you like on the back, you don't really see it at all. But at the front, you see all of that.
Oh yeah, so definitely a must on both sides. The back for the awesome force and just whippy transitions, and the front for the view.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but we need to get out of this area now and try some more stuff. Unfortunately, Talocan is still down, so we couldn't even get on that, but there was one more adventure we could try. And let's just say, I regret everything. Right, well, we're on the adventure trail right now. See if I can balance on this, let's see. With a GoPro in hand. This is successful. Slightly, it works. I think the back makes it harder.
Yeah, but now you're expecting me to do it one-handed.
That's cool. Oh, we got water. Yay. You're gonna get squirted though. Right, let's try and get through this. Nope. I got through. Will Sarah get through? Unaided. Just about. And we got these big blocks. We got snakes above our head. I'm getting wet on. Hey! It's the harder side, clearly. This is really hard of a GoPro. Sarah's taking the wobbly outdoor route. In fact, right now, we are above Black Mamba. You can see the track.
Hey, a kid managed it.
There's a more challenging path, which is down here. I hope that snake's head is girthy enough for my weight.
I was like, well,
Yeah, you get air fired in your face here. Like to your left. There we go.
On your left. Come on!
I'm gonna try and get out of here. I'm gonna go this way. Now the slide we go. Movement, there we go. Oh. Wow, that's painful. That's really rough on your booty, isn't it? You get tenderized.
there we go.
You get a massage. I was surprised I could fit through that little hole at the top. I was like, I'm done, I can't get through here with the bag. That was really fun, wasn't it?
That was really good.
That was really fun. The adventure trail is actually pretty awesome. Even there, I don't think we saw everything.
No, there was like a little sneaky dark bit that I went through.
Yeah, we were in there for about 10 minutes and we hadn't done everything.
Oh, wow.
And we're dripping a sweat now, so that was really intense. Well, after that very taxing adventure trail, we decided to jump on the quick ride, of course, of the carousel, because it looks pretty good, didn't it?
Yeah, the two-tiered carousel was really cute.
It was, and you could sit down on the bench on it, you could go upstairs, you could
There's a
sit in.
teacup, there was a horse, there was a little like...
Carriage.
Yeah, carriage.
You could do pretty much anything you wanted. It was a bit rough though, so if you're a dude, like when it was going down, just be careful of the down below.
Or you could just find a bigger horse and fill the back.
Possibly, yes, possibly. Of course, we got a few slices of gorgeous cake there from one of the bakeries. They've
We
got
did, it was very tasty.
endless choices in this park, endless choices. And it was a quick, nice little snack.
Yeah, it was good to have a little bit of a rest too.
Yeah, and decently priced. So before leaving this area, we're just going to go into the fun house.
Yeah, which is, I think it's don't ask me how to pronounce that.
Yeah, it's a fun house.
It's like a Das something hotel. I'm not even sure because I barely looked at it on the way past. We just saw that there was another thing to do in this area. I was like, oh yeah, let's go there before you end up going to. We're going to Fantasy area next, so fun house first, then Fantasy afterwards.
Well, we just came off the Das Verrückte Hotel again. Sorry for the pronunciation. It was a brilliant fun house, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really good fun. He nearly fell over a few times, and he nearly made me fall over.
Hey, things happen, accidents happen. But as you can see, we're still in Fantasy area now, and we are going to go on Crazy Bats VR.
Your first VR experience?
It is. My first VR experience.
Well, I had Galactica, so I've been VR. I'm quite looking forward to seeing another one.
Yeah, this will be interesting for me. I doubt we can film anything on this because I think it's all indoor, but we'll give you your thoughts afterwards.
Yeah, let's go! So, how was your first time with a VR roller coaster?
It was very trippy, very trippy. The audio was really good. The headset, they're really cool. The wireless headsets they give you.
Yeah, because Galactica was attached, so like that one like just fit in your head and then you just tightened it at the very back.
Yeah, just like you use PlayStation VR. Although with like things like PlayStation VR, you've got to adjust it just right to get it really sharp and crisp. I managed it in the end, but it did actually like really dig into my nose, but you were fine.
Yeah, I was fine. There was a guy behind us though that was like yelling like crazy. It was quite funny. I was like thinking at first like, is this part of the VR? But no, it wasn't.
Yeah, all I heard was Shiza. It was just like really...
And then it was like, Hogwarts!
It seemed like it synced up quite well because I wasn't really feeling sick or anything. I got a bit of motion sickness like a tiny bit halfway through, but that's because it actually glitched at that point on my screen. It went...
Oh, see, mine was completely fine. I had a really smooth, smooth experience with the VR. It worked really well. It was really good fun. The track lined up perfectly to where you were on the film, so yeah, it was really cool. Like when you felt like you were going down, and when you were going up, you were going up.
And it was HD.
Spinning around, and yeah, it was really crisp. It was good. I loved it.
Graphics were immensely beautiful. I can't say I'd ride them all day. I could ride any other coaster all day. For that, it'd probably kill me off after a few rides just because of the motion sickness. But
it's not. Well, VR coasters aren't for everybody. I mean, I find it like it's really a fun novelty thing, isn't it?
But now we have entered the rest of the Fantasy area, and we are going to go on
Windjar's Fear, and then Windjar's Force. Don't know which one yet in order, but we'll go on both coasters. Indoor spinning coasters, can't wait.
Yeah, they're a mangled mess of spinning coasters here, so we'll go on them, we'll try them, and we'll see how they compare to like Spinball or...
And see which side we like best. Do we like the Fear? Do we like with the Force?
Always the Force, always the Force.
Could be the Fear.
It could be the Fear. Well, we left the other area now. We're in Chinatown, and we've just been on Winger's Force and Fear.
Yeah, which were really, really good fun. I can't really like say which one I prefer better because they were both quite different and they were both really hilarious.
They were hilarious, and again, it's one of those things where it's hard to choose which one you prefer because your spin's going to vary no matter which one you get on, how many people are in your train, and the weight distribution.
Yeah, so it really just depends on the type of people you have in your train. So we got on Force first, wasn't it? And
was
then
Force.
Fear was second. Force, we obviously had a dad and his little small kid in the train, so it kind of span a little bit more.
It span crazy.
It was really good.
It's definitely forceful.
Yeah, it wasn't. They have a tilt track and everything, and like I forgot about the fact that they have a lift feature, which is like really fun. So you get on your like little sort of spinball type cart, and you just rise up a lift, and then it just goes round, and it's quite forceful actually.
Yeah, and as Sarah mentioned, you get a tilt track near the end, and you get a little bouncy track. But on Fear, you get a saw bridge. Not saw bridge. What am I thinking
seesaw.
of? Seesaw. That's it.
Bridge.
I was half right, but derpy. Yeah, you get a seesaw and a bounce track.
And you also get like a longer drop.
You do.
So like that one's got a bit, it's just faster as well because it's taller. You kinda just go down longer and then it's like a.
They say it's faster, but it's kind of imperceptible, isn't it? You can't really notice that much of a difference. At least I couldn't.
Yeah, basically I think Force they say is like 60 kilometers per hour and I think Fear is 66. So not that much difference between them. Both of them are very similar, and obviously the spins again depends on who you've got in your train, but we had really good spins on both, so we were quite happy about it.
We were very much indeed. Again, we can't choose one, but they were both great, and that's all that needs to be said. But now that we're in the Chinatown area, or the Chinese area of Phantasialand, we have got a dark ride about Chinese mythology coming up next.
Yes, and after that we have a madhouse. So, but first, the dark ride.
I can see it, Fengju Palace, right there.
Yes.
I want to go on it first, but we'll go on dark ride first.
Yeah, we're going on Geister Rickshaw first.
Let's see what this is like.
So we just had a ride on Geister Rickshaw, which is Ghost Rickshaw in English.
It's essentially like a dark show which goes through and it shows you the Chinese mythology of spirits, demons, and other stuff like dragons.
Yeah, so it's a Omnimover ghost train. A bit like the track system from Curse of Altar Manor. Not the theming, not the actual ride, but just what it is, a ghost, Omnimover ghost train.
Yeah, because Curse is more like a ghost train or a dark ride. I think, in my opinion, it's more like a ghost show or dark show. It's basically showing you through all these mythological things, but it's not, I won't classify it as it's more like River Caves or like Alice in Wonderland in my opinion, just Chinese mythology.
Yeah, just different theming, but Omnimover keeps moving.
But it is packed in there.
Oh yeah, there's like a scene everywhere, like everywhere you look there's another new scene, and the ceiling's all themed as well.
It is, and you particularly like the pirate ship in there, the skeleton crew.
Yeah, the pirate ship was cool. Like you come around a corner and you're just blasted with cold air, which is actually really quite nice. It's quite hot today.
As you can tell.
Yeah, the wind and the sort of like more water vapor was quite good.
It really was. And again, some animatronics are a bit janky, some were really great. It's just, it's a bit of a mishmash.
Yeah,
but
you get a bit of that.
it's definitely good to go on. I mean, there were kids on there, young kids who were scared. They got on it, they were fine. So if you've got kids, don't worry about that.
Yeah, there's nothing scary in there at all.
It's creepy, but not scary.
No, it's just more like cute and like bit of time to pass the time, I guess, a little bit like that.
Pretty much. Although I probably wouldn't want to go on there in the night time by myself in the dark and walk through it. That would be creepy.
That would be creepy, yeah, without the Omnimover trains. Like, you'd just be like walking through it, it'd be creepy as hell.
It will be really creepy.
But up next, we've got Zhongvu Palace, which is another Vekoma madhouse.
It'll be my second madhouse, so it'll be interesting to get on.
I know you've still not even got on Hex.
Yeah, because they haven't bloody opened, it's not our fault. All on towers, get it together.
Bloody hell.
Well, we just came off the Vekoma madhouse.
It was an interesting one, my second one. This was all about Chinese mythology as per, going through the fire, earth, water, etc. elements.
Well, yeah, basically it's a story of a Hell King kidnapping the princess and trying to force a marriage with her. And basically the prince tries to save her by using and calling on the forces of the elements. And the madhouse effect is basically he calls upon earth and it inverts the battleground to try and aid in this battle with the Hell King.
And rescue the princess.
And rescue the princess, which he does in the end, of course.
Which he has her in the underworld. It's a decent madhouse. Madhouses are always fun.
I love madhouses. It's just trippy, and anything like that is just awesomely fun.
And the show before it is cool too. But for now, we're heading into the
Mexico section.
Yes.
So up first, Colorado Adventure, and then Chiapas.
Yes.
We're gonna get soaking.
Yes, that'll be fun.
I'm definitely wearing a poncho.
I'm gonna try and buy one. I need one. And now we're entering Mexico. Mexico, yeah, but they say Mexico. Yeah, I'm trying to be on brand. Look at this place. You would actually think you were in Mexico right now, wouldn't you? Yeah, wow. We've got a restaurant over here. Bell Tower. Well, we just came off Colorado Adventure, and that was certainly an experience, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we normally say that a mine train coaster is rather chill, rather tame. Family ride, great, you know, for families and stuff. Wow, that one is intense. I mean, you wouldn't even be able to tell it was a mine train. I was getting thrown around like a pinball. Honestly, I think I moved around that like restraint like crazy. But yeah, there's like loads of hills, loads of drops, loads of force. It just went on forever.
It goes
and
on
it was
for
crazy.
days. It goes on for days, and personally, when I saw it, I thought it was a mine train, because we try and keep the suspense, the surprise. We don't spoil ourselves with these. You can't film a lot of it because there's quite a bit of it in the dark inside and in the lighter area with loads of like
loads
spiraling
of
track,
tunnels and stuff.
everything. It's really high up. It goes through a lot of areas. It's so intense at some points this track is almost sideways. That's how you know it's not a family mine train.
Yeah, like it was just absolutely insane. Like the bits we saw, so like sometimes when you're like going through an area, it like slows down a little bit and then suddenly just speeds up. You can even feel the track shaking because it's going so fast.
You can see it shaking.
Yeah, it's going so fast, it's crazy. But yeah, no, it was actually really good fun, apart from the fact that we were getting thrown around, getting beat up.
But it was still really fun.
It was.
I wonder what's next.
I don't know. Let's see. Good old ponchos. So we just had a ride on Chiapas de Vasaban. So Chiapas, the water ride basically.
Yeah, the Vasaban, the very wall.
Chiapas did not translate, so we're calling it Chiapas.
Yeah, Chiapas. A bit soaker, not a crazy soaker, but there's only two of us in the boat.
Yeah, we were sat in the middle of the boat.
To try and protect the bag, but the bag is slightly drenched.
Yeah, we didn't realise that you had to get a locker or you had to take your bag on right with you. And obviously the bag got absolutely drenched.
Yes.
And all the stuff in it got absolutely drenched. Hence why I am wearing my water top, because I was wearing my poncho, so that actually what I was wearing would have been protected by, hey, you live and you learn.
Yeah, but we didn't get as wet as some people, as you can tell, because my hair's still somewhat dry, and one shoe is dry, the other shoe is wet. I don't know how that works, but it is good. The ride itself, it's got cool theming throughout. It's pretty decent.
The theming was great. It was really funny because like the music from Congo River Rapids at Alton Towers came on, and I was like, oh look, we're back at Alton Towers.
It was either that or very similar, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you had a
it was
backwards
very
drop,
similar.
you had the little front drop, which is probably the most wetish.
Yeah, the front drop was definitely the most wet, followed by the little small backwards drop, and then the big one wasn't actually that bad. To be fair.
I think
bit of a sprinkle.
I think the airtime pull saves it. It looks more aggressive off-ride.
Yeah,
maybe.
but that drop was insane. Like it's like nearly vertical, isn't it? It just goes straight down.
It's beautiful.
It's great.
But before we go into different areas like mystery and stuff to get on Taron, we need a shower and dry clothes.
A few minutes later.
Unfortunately, Taron has broken down. We managed to sneak one ride in right after Chiapas, which was brilliant.
Yeah.
because we thought we could, before truly talking about the ride tomorrow, we were on a train over there and we had to walk off and get evacuated, which was interesting.
We just came into the brake run and then got evacuated.
Yeah, going to the brake run, it died. So Taron is currently dead. I mean, we're hoping it's back up. If those LS6 fail. She's moving. She's moving. And that group who were on the train behind us have been let back on. So during these test runs, Taron is back alive, which hopefully means it's open tomorrow. It was just a failure of LSMs, wasn't it?
6.5 hours later.
That is a thunder. Thunderstorm. Hopefully this doesn't affect our park tomorrow, because that would be a slight bit of a nightmare. Well, we've had our showers and we are finally back in Phantasialand, and we are in the
mystery area.
It's a really cool looking area, and of course there is some big highlights here like the mystery castle.
Taron.
Oh yes. And of course we have got Rake,
the boomerang,
the family boomerang, and finally
River Quest, the Intamin River Rapids.
Yeah, so we're going to get these last out of the way. We're going to keep our opinions on Taron until the end because we really want to get a few rides in that.
And it'll be quite interesting to have your ride on our first enclosed drop tower.
Yeah, because we haven't been on Croc Drop at Chessington because the queues were always long when we were there, so we're like, nah.
And it's not as enclosed because
No.
you can still, the top of it's still outside. This one is fully enclosed in a castle facade, so it'll be really cool to see the inside of it because Phantasialand are really good with their theming.
It'll be really awesome. But we did have as you saw, a brief ride barely last night on Taron, and we got evacuated, so that was actually pretty funny, to be fair.
Yeah, like that was... We were like so worried that it was going to be closed, but yeah, it opened again, so we're all good.
Yeah, so we're all for more rides today to get him in, get our solid opinion of the coaster. But first we have Rake.
Yeah, we're going to go on Rake, and then hopefully afterwards Taron.
No, let's get the mystery tower out of the way first.
No, that's a good idea.
Save Taron till last. Let's
and
get
then
that.
River Quest.
And then River Quest, yeah, and then Taron, and then we're just going to enjoy the rest of our day.
Yeah, great, let's go. We just had 2 rides on Rake, the Vekoma family boomerang.
Yeah, we managed to nab a front row because the front row queues are open today. They weren't really open yesterday for a lot of rides.
No, they weren't. And we also got a back row.
Yeah, 10th row.
Yeah.
Which, different experiences as per with boomerangs, because of course if you're on the back of the train, you get a bigger drop at the start, and if you're on the front, you get a bigger drop in the spike.
Yeah, and obviously like this one's got a completely different layout than a lot of boomerangs we've been on. It's not just like straight forward and then back. It's got like a really loop around, and then you kind of like the second spike is actually where the first spike is.
Yeah, it goes along the little like lift hill spike. So
a bit like Accelerator at Drayton Manor, but longer, and
longer.
A little bit more of a track around. But yeah, it's really cool actually.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's a family boomerang, so it's nothing too intense, but it's still a really fun ride.
And you have the meeting of Taron as well.
Yeah, you duel with Taron,
Yeah.
so there's nothing to complain about with that.
No.
But next up, what do you want? Do you want the tower or do you want the rapids?
Let's go on the tower first, and then we can go on the rapids.
Yeah, because at least Taron will dry
It
us.
might have warmed up a little bit from before the river rapids.
Yeah, maybe I moved for some food or something. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we just came off the mystery tower, and there was a bit of a surprise.
It was hilarious. Basically, what it does is it kind of like shoots you up a little bit and then brings you all the way down, so you kind of feel like the ride is over. And like I've seen it before, so I kind of knew it was like longer, but I acted for him. And I was like, oh, I think that's it. I think it's over. And he was like, this is absolutely rubbish. It's the worst ever.
Yeah, because it came down so slow. And I was looking through to the operator's cabin, and I could see him looking at the screen for people outside waiting. I was like, this is shizer. I was like, what? I was like, this must have, I mean, the theme is nice. The theme is gorgeous, but I was like, you can't, that's, what? Ah! I was like, what?
And then I was like, oh, I think that is it. And then it just shot us back up again.
All the way to the top.
All the way to the top, which was really great and
Big
forceful.
Tesla
Brilliant.
coil up there.
I think it's about 212 feet, which is pretty good. And then it holds you up there, and then it does the drop tower part.
Yeah, and between that, it does a few bops
Yeah,
as well,
it does
midway.
a few bops as well. So
Give you a
like,
few
yeah, it's
airtime
actually
moments.
really good. It was good fun.
So it's definitely fun, but my first impressions was like, what the?
he thought it was over too fast, and I did play into that just because it was hilarious.
Shocking behaviour from Sarah Bauer there.
We've just come off River Quest, the Intamin River Rapids, and wow, they were amazing, weren't they?
Best Intamin River Rapids, or River Rapids in general, I've been on. Like the UK, again, we've said this a few times in this vlog, the UK needs more of that.
Yes, they really do. Like, you go up this like sort of lift in a rap, which we've never done before in a river rapids, which is really cool in itself. And then literally as soon as you get to the top, you just have this really steep drop, which was so fun.
And as always at rapids, it's pot luck where you go. In fact, like forwards, backwards, sideways, it even says on the sign, Vasha roulette, which is obviously water roulette.
Yeah, so you can come off dry, you can come off wet, or you can come off absolutely drenched from head to toe. So it's just really pot luck where you go.
Yeah.
And we had a full boat as well. There were 6 of us in the boat. You can't fit 9, I think.
Well, that's what I like about Phantasialand and how they're running these rapids. In the UK, usually on rapids, if there's 2 of you, they might put you in a boat by yourself, even if it's busy, which I kind of don't agree with, because we had a much better experience on there, not only because you got more weight in the boat, which helps,
Yep.
but you get a better experience if everyone was talking on the boat to each other and laughing about getting splashed.
Yeah.
I think that makes rapids way more fun.
Oh yeah, it did. We had 4 other people in our boat, and they were lovely. We were just all killing ourselves laughing at the drops and everything.
About who got splashed
And
and
who
stuff.
got splashed, yeah, it was gonna be like, oh, we're going down backwards.
Exactly, and in my opinion, that's what makes the rapids more fun, because in the UK we don't get that. It's very rare you get people on the boat with you, so it's just your party, which
Yeah.
in my opinion doesn't make it as fun.
And it doesn't spin as much either.
Nope.
So.
You won't get splashed as much potentially, you won't spin as much. So they're doing it well here. Even though it's quiet, it's on 5 minutes, they could easily send single boats out, they're still filling them.
But I think that's why it's on 5 minutes, because they are filling the boats faster. So
That could be true, yeah.
they're getting the boats out faster. Whereas obviously if you've got like loads of groups of 2 at like Thorpe Park or Alton Towers, you know, it takes a lot longer to get them through.
It does, but it was a brilliant ride.
It was so good.
We'll probably go on it later again once we get a locker. We took the bag on, which got soaked on Chapas, but I was hunched over it like a troll,
Yeah.
trying to keep it, and that's why my back's all soaking wet and everything else. But you know, why not?
Yeah, there's 3 drops on that, wasn't
There was
there?
3, yeah.
3 drops on a river rapids.
Drops on
it's
rapids.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
so good. It's so thrilling. I love it.
It is. It makes the experience so much better. But we've got one more thing left.
We have Taron, which we're really excited about. I love a good launch coaster.
Taron. I mean, there is Pirates 4D, which we might go into, so if we do before Taron, we'll put it here. Same if we get any food. But other than that, it's probably Taron. I bet they go for about 1 million jars as well.
Yeah, they probably do, yeah. Oh, I like that.
Well, it's been a long day and it's been a good trip, and both have finally come to an end, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's really quite sad, isn't it?
It always is, especially in parks such as this, because this park is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's definitely a beautiful park. Like, I just can't even describe how stunning it is. Just so well themed.
It feels like a theme park. It feels like the first theme park I've been to at this point, compared to, yes, Alton Towers, yes, all UK parks like Thorpe are theme parks, but this feels like it's themed everywhere. Toilets are themed.
Yeah, the toilets are themed for each area. They're different themed. It's incredible.
The ride staff are themed, like not just wearing a shirt or anything, they're actually themed to the area wearing proper outfits, kind of like the Phalanx, but this is for every single ride you see.
And even in places where you wouldn't even be able to see it because it's that dark, they're themed as well.
Yeah, every nook and cranny, and even the cleaners, they're wearing area appropriate outfits like safari outfits or just like medieval outfits, everything you can think of. It's like, wow, it's like they're really trying to immerse you.
Yeah, and you really do feel immersed. Like every area you walk into, you're like, wow, this area is great.
It's absolutely absolutely amazing. I mean, we are going to come back here because obviously we like it so much. We want to maybe come back and do a 3 or 4 day visit.
Oh yeah, like we just love the rides, we love the park, it's just gorgeous, and we had a really good time.
It is, and today we actually got more rides on F.L.Y. We got more rides on Taron.
We got a couple more, well, we got a ride also on Black Mamba as well.
Yeah, we thought it might as well while we're in the area because it was a really short queue.
Yeah, it was a short queue, so we decided to go on it again. And we love a good B&M invert, and Black Mamba is fabulous.
Yeah, and obviously F.L.Y, we mentioned it before, it's such an amazing coaster. It's going to make Galactica feel extremely tame in comparison
Oh yeah,
now.
with those launches and just spinning airtime on a flying coaster. Who knew that was a thing?
Yeah, because you get airtime no matter where you are, so it's absolutely a brilliant coaster, and I'm so sad.
And Taron behind us here, brilliant, just such a good coaster.
Yeah, I mean, I said yesterday that F.L.Y's in my top 5 now.
Yeah.
And I think this is 2, which is going to knock quite a few out of there. So it's like...
Yeah, it's really hard to work out what like the top coasters are at the moment because we've been on so many good ones this year.
We really have. But that's why we'll probably do a video at the end of the year showing our top 10 coasters of the year that we've been on.
And it'll be really difficult to do that.
Especially for you, because you
Yeah.
find it harder than me to rank.
I find it hard because like I love coasters for different reasons, and I love them all. I want to go on them all the time.
Yeah.
Every day, every hour.
But we'll figure it out. But that is it for this trip and everything. But we can't wait to get back here.
Yeah, I want to come back tomorrow.
Yeah, same. It's like me delay the flight. But yeah, we recommend everyone comes here. It's by far, I mean, again, we love Tider Park, but this is just next level.
Yeah.
The only one downside of this park is the merchandise is not particularly great.
No, there's not a lot of merch particularly. They have a biggish store at like the Berlin area, but like even that, like if you want something embroidered, there's not really a right lot. I'm actually thinking of embroidering my own Taron t-shirt because why not?
Make your own t-shirt. I mean, because even the embroidery aside, it's just there's not much variety in there. It's a very small shop in comparison when it's considering the full park, and quite a big chunk of it is kids' clothes and stuff. So it's like
yeah, there's not loads of stuff. I wish there was a lot more merch because like we couldn't even find anything for Taron specifically.
No, only a few random shirts, and they weren't really that nice. So it's like we got a few hats and the such, and the bag, etc.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's the one thing they could improve on. Merlin are just epic at merch, aren't
yeah,
they?
Merlin are great at merch. Phantasialand is great at theming everything else.
You can't be good at everything, can you?
There's always got to be something that's
Always.
lacking.
But with that being said, be like a barra.
And keep coasting.
Bye-bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Bye.